and welcome to Up South. We wish all our viewers a very happy Holi. Today is also the day when India is playing the West Indies, and India is at the moment as we speak struggling to make 183 to win that World Cup match. In fact, I will cut across through the show to my colleague Pratibha Raman, who will be joining me with fans from Bengaluru. Pratibha, what is the mood with the fans who you are with in Bengaluru at the moment?
Well, there's been a lot of colour, especially with the match as well as the festival. Sudhir, all of them here gathered on this ground to play not just Holi but also play a game of cricket and enjoy along with Team India. क्या आपको लगता है कि इंडिया आज जीत जाएगी?
पूरा मेरे को फुल कोशिश है इंडिया जीत जाएगी. हमारा जो दर्शक ने जो मजा ले रहा है तो इंडिया जीत जाने के लिए बहुत कोशिश करेंगे.
So it's almost like they've pre-declared today's victory as well as the victory in the World Cup. Back to you, Sudhir.
Okay, Pratibha. So there's a lot of color of Holi as well as, of course, celebrating the India-West Indies match. We'll keep coming back to you through Up South this evening. But this evening's top story is from Andhra Pradesh, where actor and Janasena party founder Pawan Kalyan has voiced his concerns with the manner in which land is being acquired from farmers to build a new state capital for Andhra Pradesh. Speaking exclusively to Headlines Today, Pawan Kalyan, who is an extremely popular Telugu actor, said that so much of land does not need to be bought from farmers in one go, especially when some farmers are reluctant to part with the land. I spoke to Pawan Kalyan earlier in the day. Okay, Pawan, you have been touring the villages yesterday. You have got a response from the people who say that they're not very happy with giving up their land for this building up of AP capital. Do you think the AP government has acted in haste in taking land from just about everybody, 32,000 hectares?
No, first of all, they haven't acted in haste. That I agree with them, because they wanted, because people got hurt because they've been driven out of not giving any capital. They've been separated. There's a deep pain, and there is a uniform thought, like people wanted to give. Even the affected people, whom I had visited yesterday, even they're in support of it. The only problem is they don't have any alternate employment, and the compensation what they're getting and the amount of the quality of life they're losing, it could never be compensated.
The argument also is that does the AP government need so much of land to build a capital? Do you have a different opinion on that?
See, that is, first of all, I supported them, and it's a policy decision. And if I would have been in assembly, if I would have been a part of the government, definitely I would have had my say in the happening. When they started, for me, is that they wanted an ambitious capital. They wanted a capital, because they don't want to fall back again. They don't
think this much of land is required?
I'm not saying that is about the TDP government which has to answer. Because I have, if you ask me personally, I'm not running the government. I have an opinion, but right now that opinion doesn't make any difference.
But what's your opinion? Do you think this much of land is not required?
For me, I want it to be a phase-wise development. If really, really want to have a lot of growth in the economy and all, like I said, you can go, but you have to take some time, and you have to be the phase-wise development the way they did for Chandigarh.
So you're saying that don't take all the land from the farmers in one go, and perhaps exclude farmers who are not interested in giving their land.
What I'm saying is, we can when people who are willing to be a part of the capital development, I'm fine with them. But the only thing is, even they have to protect, because the problem is a lot of land scams happened in in the combined state also. So people somewhere, we have to be extra cautious, and that is one. And second is, these three villages, one is very nearer to the main Vijayawada. The second one is very multi-cropped, and people, they don't have any other way. They don't have alternate ways of making money.
Right. Obviously, when Pawan Kalyan speaks, it's taken with the significance, the importance that it deserves is because you campaigned for the BJP-TDP combine in the elections. So obviously, it is given that importance. So the political import of that, what is the message that Pawan Kalyan is trying to send? Is he sending some kind of a subtle message to the TDP?
No, there is no subtle message or something. I'm being very direct and honest. There is no subtle message. There is no subtleties in what I say. What I'm saying is, please consider them. Please have a little more human approach.
The TDP may not be very amused at what you're saying.
Definitely, it won't be amused, because the problem is it's a little uneasy. But sometimes, though it is uneasy, it pricks me. But we have to do the right thing, because people had suffered enough. And one mistake we do, One mistake we do, and the future generation suffers. And the problem is we had seen enough. I'm not speaking in air, but we said for one policy decision which had been implemented called Gentleman's Agreement, the state had to be divided.
You have a rapport with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Would you be speaking to the Prime Minister about this?
See, the problem is just because I have a personal rapport, it is not a personal thing, unless, because I myself don't know, after elections, after campaigning, after I've been visited Parliament, I hadn't been in contact with Shri Narendra Modi ji. And today, actually, I'm in a doubt whether do I get, if I go on what basis. Because I'm just an individual who's just started a party. It's a very recent party.
You're being very humble.
Not being humble, I'm being very practical.
And just as Pawan Kalyan said in that interview to Headlines today, the TDP is not amused. And a curt Chandrababu Naidu said that the farmers are on his side.
ప్రజల భవిష్యత్తు కోసం కట్టేటివన్నీ ఇది ప్రజా రాజధాని రైతుల కన్నీళ్ళు అనేటివి రైతులకు మేలు జరిగే విధానంతో ముందుకు పోవాల్సిన అవసరం ఉంది వాలంటరీగా రైతులే ముందుకు వచ్చారు మా భూమి తీసుకోండి రైతులే ముందుకు వచ్చి ఇచ్చారంటే ఆ భూమి ఇచ్చిన దానివల్ల వాళ్ళకి లాభం వాళ్ళకి గ్రహించారు కాబట్టి ఇచ్చారు ఈరోజు దేశం మొత్తం ల్యాండ్ ఎక్విజిషన్ లో ఇది చేస్తా ఉంటే
MG Devasahayam, a retired IAS officer and the man in charge of developing Chandigarh, was in Andhra Pradesh last month. In fact, he was leading a team to the 29 villages in the state's new proposed capital. And he now joins us now for a perspective from Chennai. Mr. Devasahayam, you have been very scathing in your criticism of what Mr. Chandrababu Naidu is attempting to do in the Vijayawada-Guntur region. You have in fact described it worse than a chit fund scheme. Do you think Chandrababu Naidu is cheating the farmers?
Yes, it looks like that because I have studied the matter, I have visited the place. He has developed a business model, calling it pooling, where you will take the land from the farmer by giving them inducements, extreme inducements by saying they will get 10 crore rupees per acre after 5 years. He is taking the land free of cost, okay, and handing it over to the real estate agents. And government is not going to spend any money. He is going to get the money from the government of India for developing the so-called Singapore city, and the entire land, about 16,000 acres, will be given to the real estate agents who are called the development entities. That means farmers hand over the land just for a piece of paper. Government of India pays the money from our taxpayers' money, and real estate people are enjoying the boon right, left and center. That's why I'm calling it's a cheating kind of thing.
Right. Sir, what impact do you think it will have on the fertile agricultural delta, especially the Krishna Delta in the Vijayawada-Guntur region?
It will have a terrific impact because 1/3 of the land he is trying to take, or the most fertile land in the country. More than 100 crops, I have seen it myself, and it's a delta area. If people start doing these kind of things by giving a chief minister himself acting like a real estate agent, giving so much of inducements and kind of thing. So most of this fertile land, because as it is, agriculture is under great duress. People feel that doing agriculture is not worthwhile. With that kind of thing, and if the chief minister and other kind of people do that, fertile land will go away. Food security is in very serious danger.
Right. Thanks a lot, Mr. Devasahayam, for joining us with that perspective from Chennai. It's a very important story, development taking place in Andhra Pradesh, and we'll continue to track it very, very closely. News now from Kerala, where women hostelers of the Trivandrum Engineering College are demanding that their curfew time be extended from 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. because they say that the 6:30 p.m. hostel curfew only displays gender discrimination. The hostelers have started their online campaign on Facebook because the college administration did not listen to them or even discuss the issue properly. Joining me now on the phone line from Thiruvananthapuram is a student of the college, Jinu. What have been the major demands to the authorities, and what has been the feedback, what has been the response from the college authorities?
Okay. First of all, we actually said we need an extension from 6:30 to 9 o'clock because a college has many facilities like the library, which functions till 8 p.m. at night, and there's a central computing facility which offers Wi-Fi and international journals. We can access only from the Wi-Fi of our college. That's approximately till 9 o'clock. So we said that since facilities are at 9 o'clock, girls should be allowed to access these facilities because locking them up into hostels by 6:30 actually demotivates our potential. So, personally,
security is often cited as a concern. So, are you suggesting that security is not really a concern if the curfew time is extended till 9 p.m.?
I know security is a concern, and we're working for Security As together. We've talked to the police commissioner over here, and he said he would be providing us with patrolling. So, I think that solves the security issues. And we can't rule out all security issues.
Right.
Because things will happen even after 6
Also, two more small things. One, you have been running this Facebook campaign for quite some days, and also your MP from Thiruvananthapuram, Shashi Tharoor, had tweeted his support to what you are doing. Did that make a difference?
Can you just repeat the question, please?
I said you have been running this Facebook online campaign for some days. Also, your MP from Thiruvananthapuram, Shashi Tharoor, he had tweeted his support to what you are doing. Did that make a difference?
Yeah, that did make a difference. Actually, we started our page only hardly 1 week back. It's called Break the Curfew. It's an initiative of a large group of students from the ladies' hostels. Everyone is supporting us very well. And we are talking to a lot of renowned writers and people, activists, social activists. We're talking to the media.
Okay.
This is becoming a social issue because it is just not the issue of our college. I think it's an issue nationwide for the girls because everyone reasons out. Why should a girl be out after 6:30?
Right, Gino, thanks a lot. We will continue to track what you are doing there at the Engineering College in Thiruvananthapuram. Thanks a lot for joining us on Up South. Has been on a roll in the World Cup, and a Bengaluru design has come up with special clothing design for the female cricket fan from India.
This World Cup, India has definitely given all cricket lovers a reason to party. And when one talks of a party, the first thing that runs in a woman's mind is what does one wear. Now a designer from Bengaluru has decided to give the ladies a new way to celebrate. So slip into this beautiful kurta in the colors of the tricolour and say, won't give it back. Designer Arshi has used the colors of the tricolour in an array of clothing, which includes kurtas, flowing gowns, saris and jackets.
Most of the time, whenever I used to go and see women or young girls cheering for our own country, this is only unisex clothes what is available in the market. So what happens with women? They always wants to be stylish, very stylish. So we really wanted to come up with some few outfits which are also stylish, or of course very comfortable wearing. So something what you're pairing yourself with just one pair of denim shorts or a denim pant with a t-shirt. You club that particular waistcoat or a jacket what we have designed, which has got a logo of with tricolors.
With Rohini Swami in Bengaluru, Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
Let's cut across live to Pratibha Raman, who is live with us from Bengaluru. Pratibha, 31 runs more required, and of course there are more than 100 balls, but of course only 4 wickets in hand. What is really the fan reaction that you're getting in Bengaluru?
Well, interestingly, Sudhir, most of them here are Virat Kohli fans. So each time Virat Kohli hit a 4 or a 6, there was a dash of colour that went on this ground. All of them enjoying Holi as well as a game of cricket here. क्या आपको नहीं लगता है कि विराट कोहली के फैंस हो और आप उनके लिए कुछ मोटिवेशन की तरह कुछ चीयर करना चाहिए विराट कोहली के लिए?
मैं चाहूँगा हमारा विराट कोहली जैसा खेल रहा है ऐसा खेलेंगे तो विश्व कप हमारा इंडिया में रिटर्न आएंगे जो हैट्रिक कर सकेंगे.
So it's not just Virat Kohli fan, but there's also one odd person out here who is a Suresh Raina fan. क्या आपको लगता है कि इंडिया की जो स्ट्रेंथ है वो सिर्फ बैटिंग में ही नहीं बल्कि फील्डिंग में भी है?
बैटिंग और फील्डिंग सुरेश रैना के जैसा सब लोग करेंगे तो एकदम टीम इंडिया एकदम पक्की बनेगी. सुरेश रैना बहुत एक अच्छा खिलाड़ी है.
आज का मैच आपको कैसा लगता है कि टीम इंडिया किस तरह से आज खेली है?
टीम इंडिया इस तरह आज अच्छी खेली है, ऐसा बात नहीं कि वो वेस्ट इंडीज भी अच्छी टीम है, टॉप है, और इंडिया उससे अच्छी है, इसलिए आज दोनों बराबरी टीम. अब कौन सा जीता कौन सा हारा उससे नहीं है, लेकिन इंडिया जरूर जीतेगी.
So all of them pre-declared that India will win not just this match but even the World Cup. Team India के लिए कुछ hip hip?
Yes, hip hip, hooray!
So there's all of them cheering for Team India today, Sudhir.
Pratibha, both Virat Kohli and Suresh Raina are back in the pavilion. It's going to be MS Dhoni. Do they think that MS Dhoni is going to make India win just like he has done on many occasions in the past?
Well, in fact, most of them think that if Dhoni is there, then Team India is going the right way. क्या आपको लगता है कि धोनी जो है वो किस तरह से टीम इंडिया को मोटिवेट कर रहे हैं इस वर्ल्ड कप?
धोनी एक ऐसा इंटेलिजेंट प्लेयर है कि उनके बारे में कुछ बोल नहीं सकते हैं कि वो इंडिया के नंबर 1 प्लेयर्स है, क्योंकि सबको अच्छे तरह से लेके वो खेलते हैं, किसी को गुस्सा नहीं करते, बहुत अच्छे से है धोनी कि वो कैप्टनशिप निभाने के लिए नंबर 1 धोनी.
So all of them seem to think that the best captain that Team India could have is none other than Dhoni. Sudhir.
Right. So MS Dhoni getting a certificate of being captain cool from that gentleman there in Bengaluru. Thanks a lot, Pratibha, for joining us there from Bengaluru on Up South. That's it then on Up South. This holy evening, news and updates will continue on Headlines Today.